Hello everybody and welcome back. It's Jess and Liv here again for another podcast, but this time we have a guest. We have Imogen. Say hello, Imogen.
Hello everyone.
Right, do you want to tell us what course you do as well?
I do acting for film. I'm in my second year.
Awesome. How are you finding it? Is it good?
I love it. It's literally like the best thing that I could have ever done is coming here doing that course. I love it so much.
Well done, that's the correct answer. Congratulations.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, really good to hear. So today's episode we're going to be talking about what it's like being a student during COVID-19. So all three of us are students, which is super exciting. I've been here for 6 years, if you didn't know that.
6 years?
Thank you very much. It's a very, very long time.
Wow.
Yeah,
you must love it here.
I do love it.
Wow, lovely. That's good.
Yeah. Either that or I've been held against my will. That is not the case. No.
Take your pick.
Yeah, it's like you have to stay here as long as possible. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
So, what were your expectations of doing your degree when the pandemic first came about?
I'm not going to lie, I was very, very nervous to come into second year doing my course because obviously I'm doing an acting course, which is
very practical.
Very practical, very face-to-face. So when all of this happened, I was ready to defer. So I was going to take a year out if it wasn't going to be face-to-face, take a year out and start my second year in what would be my third year.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because I just didn't think that I'd get everything I could off the course if it was solely online.
You can't, for a practical course like acting for film, you can't get it all online. That's
not at all. So I was really, 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 really scared to come back because I was just so disappointed because I had such a great time in my first year. I loved my course, fell in love with it, like the best thing I could have done. And then Corona hit, which isn't good for anyone. No. But I was just like, oh, you have got to be kidding me. I was getting on with this course so well, and now this is just like awful. But no, it's turned out absolutely fine.
What about you, Liv? What did you expect?
I was apprehensive going into my third year. I was a bit like, oh, this is new, doing third year in a pandemic. We love.
Interesting.
But I have been all face-to-face as up to now.
That's so good.
And then obviously we go home for Christmas and they continue online, but honestly I have been so amazed how the university have handled it. I think because of the size of the uni they've been able to do social distancing because the class sizes are so small. But honestly I am really impressed.
That's good. Again, correct answer, Liv. Well done.
How about you?
I think because my course, I'm doing it part-time. I'm doing it a master's course in music performance.
Oh,
just
music performance, lovely.
So I only have one lecture a week. Already I only had one lecture a week, and that's just transferred quite easily to being online because the majority of my course is me writing about what I want to write about, so I don't really have that much structure. So they're like, this is kind of the basic premise of what we want you to talk about, but you focus it on what you want to do. So
which is the beauty of a degree in
general,
I think.
Essentially it's really good. I've been able to write about what I've wanted to write about, which is great, and I really like it. It's really good fun. But it's all online. My one lecture a week. But it's worked quite well. Like I think it's been absolutely fine. What about you, Imogen? Has yours been like a mixture?
Mine has been kind of like 80% face-to-face. So I've had I've only got 1 to 2 lectures a week online, and then everything else I go in for a lesson every single day of the week, Monday to Friday.
Wow. Busy.
Wow.
So, is it like all day during the day?
No, I have like 1 to 2 lessons every single day. Good. But it's felt kind of normal. Apart from obviously social distancing, having to wear masks and stuff like that, it's kind of been all right because
that's good.
We are, all face to face apart from 1 to 2 lectures a week, which has been fine because then you can just stay in bed and make a cup of tea and just live your best life.
That is the bonus of having them online.
That is
absolutely
being able to do it in my pajamas. I feel like I'd probably have no shame coming to uni in my pajamas, but I think I'd get a few weird looks if I did it.
I think I've done it once.
Have you really?
I've brought a blanket in once.
Oh my god, I love that.
To the library.
I aspire to be that level of comfort.
Just do it with me. Come on, we'll all bring blankets in. It'll be amazing.
Blanket day? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Should we make it a thing?
On
Like Wishy
Wednesdays, we
Wednesday?
bring blankets.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, just in the
Amazing.
library, snuggled up. Love it. That's good with a mask on. Lovely.
Yeah.
That's so
Incredible.
good. So obviously it's completely different to your first year and your first and second year. Has it been
Yeah.
like a massive shift for you, like adjusting to it?
Kind of, with the social distancing, because doing acting, you do tend to get very close to people.
Yeah,
You know,
kind of have
in
to.
scenes, and
Yeah.
with the camera, like even with the camera operators, it's like, you know, they're right in your face sometimes, the director, whatever. So that has been quite a big, like, oh no, I'm not allowed to be this close to you, like we have to keep the 2 meter rule and everything. So that has been quite a big shift. But apart from that, it's been all right, actually.
That's good. What about you, Liv?
I think for me, like, nothing much has changed in terms of the delivery of my course. And I'm lucky that I don't have practical lessons.
Yeah,
So
this is all academic. Isn't
yeah,
it?
so in terms of if it had to be online, there is that opportunity there. I think for me, just the general feeling around university has been quite different. I think anxiety levels have been much higher.
Yeah.
And that's been hard to negotiate and manage. But I do feel genuinely very supported by the uni.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think because I know all my classmates and my lecturers very well, it feels like family almost, and you have that support around you. But it has been very different to adjust to.
Yeah.
Like even the one-way systems and things like
Oh
that
God,
around the
yeah.
library, like it's just so different.
I can't. The one-way systems and
oh.
me do not get along.
No,
I get so
no.
confused. Like I'm easily confused anyway, but that doesn't help at all.
Literally, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, they are absolutely necessary. But oh my
completely.
goodness, when you come out of class and you need the toilet, and you
Yeah.
have to,
It's
you know, the toilet's right there, and then you have to go all the way around the whole
Yeah.
building to get to the toilet, and then it was literally, if you had just gone out the other door, you would have been there like straight
Yeah.
away.
It's,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
entertaining though.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to get your steps
It's a
up,
little
isn't it?
little maze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a little maze.
Yeah, arrows everywhere, lovely.
beautiful.
I
Very
feel
nice.
very blessed to have access to like the library and things like that still, because I think we still have a lot of access to facilities and amenities that we
Yeah.
need,
Yes.
which other universities from like friends I've heard from don't have access to
No.
in the same way that we do. Like we
Yeah.
can go and sit in the library and study,
Yeah.
I live in that library.
Helps so much.
Yeah.
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 especially when you're in
Definitely.
your room so much because
Yeah.
of lockdown and things like that.
Yeah.
Being able to change up the study area, I think really helps.
Just change the environment that
Yeah,
you're in. It
yeah,
makes such
yeah.
a difference.
fully,
Yeah.
fully,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like when I'm in the library, I have to work. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, this is the place that is
Yeah.
designed for this.
Yeah, literally. I
have to
can't
be
just
there
sit
to do
here.
it.
I can't just
No.
sit here and not do any
Yeah.
work. I'm here.
Yeah.
I've brought myself here. I need to do
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That actually made the lockdown that we've just got out of, the second one,
Yeah.
that made it so much easier. I didn't find it as hard as the first one because obviously we were allowed to do work in the library.
Yes.
Yeah.
It felt so much more towards normal.
Yeah.
Obviously not
I
normal,
love having
but
a room to myself as well. I fully
Yes.
spread out in the booths. I'm like,
Oh.
one person.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
love my life.
Like to spread out.
Yeah.
Make the space your own.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
Hang a few pictures
I
up.
do.
Lovely.
I should bring a blanket. I
That's
should.
the place to bring
my
a
That
blanket.
is a place.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's
That's the
happening.
one.
It's happening.
Sorted. We've decided. Thank you very much. Yeah. So before you guys came back to start your second and third years,
Yeah.
did you get any communication at all from the uni about what was going to happen, like how your lectures were going to run, like things like that?
Yes, we did. I think we had to be very patient with the uni because we wanted answers. We wanted to know what was going on, but the university itself was just trying to work out how best to keep students safe. They were trying to work their way through the confusion that is a pandemic. We've
Yeah.
never had this before, and I think the level of patience needs to be there. But in terms of support, in terms of if you're struggling, we have Skype sessions available.
Yeah.
We are working on timetabling. I know it's taking longer than usual, but please be patient with us.
Yeah.
I think just having that regular contact from them, even if it wasn't, here's the answer,
Yeah.
it was just like, yeah, we're still working on it. Just that reassurance was there, which was really nice.
I wouldn't want to be making those decisions.
No,
either.
no.
Oh my god, that's stressful.
Yeah,
the
how
things,
stressed
no,
out they must have
No.
been.
Yeah, it's
Oh
so
my
stressful.
goodness.
But I feel like it's run really well.
Yeah.
Personally, like I know my lecture is online, but we still had like practical ensemble rehearsals going on up until the last lockdown.
Yes.
And like we managed to do it socially distanced, like we were away from each other, but we were still managing to have the rehearsals, like we have enough space to do it, which was really good. And it was, again, it felt kind of normal, but not quite normal, because I wasn't quite as close to the person next to me. It was like, oh, you're so far away.
I think the best way to describe it is it's been as normal as it possibly can be. I think that's the best way of describing it. It's not going to be what our first and second year was, because we're in a pandemic, but I think the uni have tried to keep it as normal as possible for our own mental health sake, actually, more than anything.
Best as they can.
They've done a fantastic job.
Just being
really
open is enough. Like,
yes.
Thank you for letting us come back. That's what we want.
I think the lecturers just even saying, hey, I don't really know what is going on. We're gonna waddle our way through this as much as possible. Just that openness and that kind of, okay, we're all in this together kind of thing makes it feel a little bit more easy.
Yeah. We're winging it as a team.
Yeah, that's literally what it feels like.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So things like the social side of things, like obviously courses is obviously the most important bit, but have you been able to do any like societies, sport teams, whatever either of you do? Like,
I personally haven't done any societies this year. I joined pole fitness at the end of last year, but then that's kind of been all up in the air, understandably, this year, because it's very much, you know, a practical, close kind of sport and exercise and whatever. But I've been able to like go out still and be like socially distanced, going out, apart from obviously lockdown and everything. But I've still been, you know, it hasn't been too bad at all, really, for
the
me.
social side, like having the SU still be open.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I really didn't think it would be open, and that's really kind of...
If you haven't seen the amazing SU opening video, go to YouTube. It's absolutely stunning. Thank you very much.
It is great. I can confirm.
Good,
Jess is in it.
Yeah. You recognise this voice? Oh my god. But yeah, what about you, Liv?
I run the LGBT Society, or help run it. So it has been difficult from the side of trying to join societies, but also from the side of trying to organise society.
Yeah, definitely.
And I filmed... Check out my YouTube channel.
Promo.
The first meetup with the LGBT Society, and it was just so wholesome and so lovely. And I'm really glad I have that documented. Since then, it's been a little bit more complicated with the lockdown, etc. Organising events over online isn't the same. I mean, we have organised as much as we can, but in terms of the newness of doing societies online, it's kind of difficult, but it's been good fun, definitely.
It's good that it's still going as well.
Yeah. I think we're just trying to offer as much support as we can, just to people who are potentially struggling, who are in environments that aren't safe in terms of the LGBT community. It's a very difficult time. So just providing that support and that friendship, I think, is what people need at the moment.
Definitely.
Yeah, love it. I'm
so
pleased we were able to do the Freshers' Fair as well.
Yeah.
Because I know me personally, I love the Freshers' Fair. It's like my favourite part of the year.
They were so fun.
Yeah, the Freshers' Fairs are good. It's like free
and
pizza.
It was still great.
It was still
Free
great.
pizza.
Free pizza. I'm there for the pizza.
The first bit, free pizza.
Yeah, that's the reason I go.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of preferred this Freshers' Fair to first year's.
What was it? I didn't go this year. I wasn't back in Chai until I think the day after Freshers' Fair or something.
I'm so sorry.
I know, for my loss.
Yeah.
I know.
It was really good. Like, it was all kind of outside. We had like a big tent, like we always have the big tent.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the like stalls. That's the word. I was going for desks. Oh my god, I couldn't think of any words. It's like, yeah, they were all distanced, and then we had some that were outside, and we had like little gazebos.
I preferred it.
Yeah, I think it was good.
It was less busy. You actually had time to look at the stalls.
Yeah.
I preferred it personally.
It was good. It was fun. And we still got free pizza. And Ben & Jerry's, like little tubs of Ben & Jerry's. Yeah, that was really good.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
The one thing about this pandemic that's I think a lot of us have realised is how close we'd all stand next to each other before the pandemic.
Yes.
I can't believe I let people be that close to me.
It's even just a hug. Like, I miss that. I'm not going to lie, I miss that. I think we all really need a hug at the moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's the time that we can't give a hug, and you know, it's hard seeing people struggle and not be able to give them that physical contact.
Obviously, it's why we're filming the podcast, so it's like an audio hug.
Yes, we are giving an audio virtual hug.
Yeah, there we go.
Love
That's the idea.
Through your ears. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh.
Okay, I feel like we're probably not going to recover from that. So,
I'm so glad to be on this podcast, giving you love through your ears.
oh dear. Okay. Right. No, come on.
Really got the giggles.
Sorry, I'm so
dear,
sorry.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Compose yourself, Liv.
dear,
Come on.
dear. Okay.
Come on.
So, what has the uni been doing to ensure that you still have a good student experience? If you can think of anything, putting you on the spot. Don't answer all at once.
I think just the general support that we've had. I think they are very much recognising that this is a difficult time. And they are being much more active, even more than usual, to be there for us, not just as academic students, but also as people. I think. And I have definitely found a lot of support in my lecturers. I think just even that recognition that it's a difficult time makes it that slightly bit easier.
Makes such a difference.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like the student support side of things is still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they were accessible before, but they're still accessible now. It's still going on. Like for anybody who needs it. And
Exactly.
I think it's.
Sorry, you go.
No, oh my god, we're talking over each other.
Oh my
So
goodness, we're getting so
You go first,
excited.
Go for it. What
Wow.
were you gonna say?
I was just going to say that I think the uni just being open in general, I mean, I've got friends at other unis that haven't stepped foot in the building this year.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That leads on so perfectly to the next question, which is
Wow,
how
little
does your experience
segue.
compare to other friends?
Lovely. Well,
Don't name any unis.
No,
no. I'm not going to drop any names,
Okay.
name and shame. But
No, not about that.
no. So yeah, I know friends that have just gone into their first year, and obviously your first year's, you know,
So
it's
important.
and it's a bit of a hard time to be for all years, but going into your first year and being a fresher and everything. But they haven't been in the uni at all because all of their lessons have been completely online, completely, and they just haven't even been in the library or been anywhere in the building. They haven't met their lecturers face to face.
That's crazy.
So, I
so
mean,
difficult.
I can't imagine.
That human
No.
contact is so
Definitely
important.
not.
Like,
Yeah.
just having my course friends around me, we're all just muddling through this together and kind of just really supporting each other and seeing each other face to face and kind of going, that's really hard.
It's freaking out.
It's really nice, so I can't imagine
Definitely.
that's
No.
really tough.
I can't
That's really
at all.
tough.
And just to put it in perspective how much we are still doing in person,
Yes.
Imogen, what were you doing just before you came to record this podcast?
I was on a lovely little horse. The
Oh.
horse was called Roo.
Oh,
Yeah.
we love that.
I was going horse riding because that's included in my course, which is amazing. Can
That's
I just
really
say
funny.
that is so good? It's called a spotlight skill. So we have all these different skills. It's incredible.
So good.
And I was doing horse riding.
Yeah.
Literally just before I came here, I had to
Hilarious.
ride here.
Oh.
No, I did ride here. Much to your disappointment, I did not ride here on
Thing
the
is,
horse.
I don't think I'd be surprised. I'd be like, she arrived
Oh,
by
yeah.
horse. Chill, that's fine.
Standard.
And the sword fighting, may I add as well.
Yeah.
Just casually sword fighting
Yeah.
on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do you see why I love my course so much now?
It makes total
It's
sense.
incredible. I love it
I've
so
never
much.
seen anything like that
I
before,
love
like
it.
on a course.
Love
That is
it.
incredible.
You should try and get it
Horse
into your
riding,
course,
sword
Liv.
fighting.
What did you call it?
Polphil.
Polphil. We
Politics
just
and philosophy. I shortened it to Polphil.
Phil.
Polphil.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Wow.
yeah. Can you imagine if I just brought a horse in and was like, right, everybody,
You could link it in.
all sword
to-
fighting.
Yeah. Just bring the horse to the lecture. Here he is. Anyway. So, both of you, what is your main advice for somebody who's looking to apply for university during a pandemic, and specifically like the courses and subject areas that they kind of want to be looking at? Because I can't imagine that it would be overly different. It's just looking at how universities have handled it, I would guess. I don't know. I feel like I can't answer my own question. That's really stupid.
Sorry. I don't know how to respond.
I'm so sorry.
Just answered your own question, and that's a wrap. Lovely. See you
Thank
later,
so much for
everyone.
coming.
My
Goodbye.
guests are irrelevant.
This is my podcast now.
No, I think
No.
exactly what you said, really. Just looking at how the universities deal with it. Also, I don't know if the size of the university might make quite a difference. If it's
Definitely.
a very big university, I mean, brilliant, but it may be harder to do that social distancing, be able to actually go into lessons and stuff. That's why it's so great that it's such a small uni here.
I think also think about the other options in terms of not going to university, because you can't travel, so gap years are difficult, or when you do travel it's very limited, and job opportunities are not what they used to be before the pandemic. So in terms of weighing up your options, I think you'll get much more out of doing a degree, I feel, at this time. And if you want to do it, just go for it.
Yeah,
Go for it. I think you just have to.
You're still going to get your degree at the end of the day, you know.
It's good to have.
Yeah. Well, it's good
Do
to
it.
have.
And if you get to ride a horse along the way, perfect.
And sword fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just...
I need to bring that into my debates, just like in lectures.
Yeah.
Ha, you're wrong.
Yeah. But look, just out of nowhere, here's a sword.
I think everyone should have sword fighting on their course, no matter the course.
I
Science,
agree.
Just
maths,
fit it in somewhere.
PE.
I think we can
Lovely.
make it work. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Awesome. So, Imogen, do you have any kind of general advice to people coming to uni?
Just in uni in general, just coming to
Any kind of
uni.
generic advice.
Just go for it. Just literally, it might be so scary. I was so scared to come to uni.
As we see from your vlogs.
Yes, go check it out. MOBB on YouTube, lovely.
Absolutely fantastic vlogs. Go check them out.
I was so scared to start uni, just to meet everyone, start my course, be away from my family and home, because I hadn't been away from home for longer than 2 weeks on holiday before joining uni.
I feel I'm going to sneeze. No, the sneeze is gone. Sorry, carry on.
Brilliant.
Sure. Okay.
But you just got to go for it. This is a chance to kind of like almost reinvent yourself if you want.
Yes, definitely.
And just go for it, and just everyone here is willing to make new friends. Everyone wants to make new friends. No one is going to be like, no, stop talking to me. Like everyone. I mean, if they do, then you don't want them to be your friend.
No,
but
definitely not.
it just go for it. Just
Definitely.
go straight into it.
That's some sound advice. So, Liv, how can listeners join the conversation or contact the uni?
So you can join the conversation at #ChiUni, or you can DM us on Instagram or Twitter.
Love it. So, thank you, Imogen.
Thank you
For
so
coming
much.
Thank you
to
so
us.
much for having
It's
me.
been fun. Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it.
Correct, that's the right answer.
Yay!
Well done. Awesome. So,